everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about friendships and friends. I have been thinking about this a lot recently and making some steps in my life to get some more solid friendships into my life. And I wanted to share it with you guys. Maybe it would help some of you along. Maybe you guys can relate and help me along. So I think this might be hopefully a mutually beneficial video for the both of us. So anyway, I'm just gonna start by talking a little bit about my experience growing up and having friends. So when I was in high school, I had a great group of female friends. They were awesome, really supportive. There was a little drama from time to time, but not a whole lot at all, really. We were just great friends and did a lot of fun things together, and we knew each other really, really well. Fast forward to college, and all of my lovely girlfriends from high school went off their separate ways to different schools, and I still saw them a lot. I went to visit them at their schools, and we were still pretty close, but I had my own life going on at my own college that none of my friends attended with me, so I had to make kind of a new set of friends. And being that I was an economics major and that whole major was pretty much full of guys at the time, I made a lot of guy friends. And even more so than just the fact that we were outnumbered by the guys, I think it's just proved a lot easier for me in my life to make guy friends. And I don't know if you guys find that to be true as well, but I feel like it takes pretty much zero effort. They just come into my life and arrive there one day. Whereas with female friends, I feel like I really have to make like an effort. And when I meet a girl for the first time, I feel kind of intimidated. I don't know if she wants new friends or not. Whereas with guys, it's so much easier for me for whatever reason. So in college, I amassed all of these guy friends, and actually some of them are subscribed to my channel because they were around when I first made my channel, and they were super supportive. So if you're watching, love you guys, you know who you are. But that was kind of like my college story. I didn't make any girlfriends in college. It was all guy friends. So that's kind of like my friendship breakdown at present. And then something happened to me that really changed my perspective on my friends. Last year in September, my biological father passed away, and it was a horrible time for me. It was a sorrowful time in my life. I was just overwhelmed with grief and emotion, and I could hardly function. And a lot of my male friends didn't reach out at all. And then the ones who did reach out, I realized that I can't really lean on them for support like I could a female friend, because when you have a long-term partner like I have, you have to be really careful about male friendships. And that's not to say that I don't trust my guy friends, I do, but I don't even want to give the impression that there's anything untoward happening. So I didn't see them as a literal shoulder to cry on. I wouldn't feel comfortable, going over my guy friend's house and pouring my heart out and crying on his shoulder. That just seems weird somehow. And so I really realized that there's this level of intimacy that you can't really have in a friendship with other guys if you're like me and you feel like you kind of have to respect your partner in that way. And I know not everyone is like that. I used to be much more like, of course, guys and girls can be friends, like duh, it's definitely possible, but it comes with its own set of complications. I had one guy friend who just equivalent of friendship broke up with me for about a year because he said, I have feelings for you, I can't see you anymore. It was too hard for him. And for me, that was so hard. I took it as if it was like a breakup. I remember standing in the shower crying, wondering what I did to deserve to lose his friendship, because when I have a friend, I pour a lot of energy and attention and a lot of myself into the friendship. So at this point in my life, I'm realizing basically the admission is closed. I'm not accepting any more guy friends. So applicants need not apply. Guy friends, no. And so I'm looking around and I have no female friends, except for this one friend that I mentioned before. Otherwise, I have no female friends in my life. And I think this is a common place to find yourself in after college, especially if some of your friends move literally or move on with their lives in some other sense. It's kind of easy to find yourself post-college with few friends. So for me, I was like, I really gotta fix this. I want to have more female friends, just female friends. So I went on this website called meetup.com, which is, I think, probably one of the most common websites you'll be directed to when you're trying to make friends, whether that's because you moved to a new town or just because you're like me and you just happen to have lost all your female friends somehow. So in short, it's this website where people plan different group activities, and it's with the intention of bringing together people with similar interests, people who need new friends, etc. So I found this group that literally was called something like 20s and 30s female friendships. And to me, that's a good sign. It's a white flag because I feel like if women are looking for other female friends, it's a sign of emotional maturity. It means we're on the same page with each other. And this group is also really local to my new town where I just moved. So I have joined it. And tomorrow I'm going to my first meetup there. We're going hiking, and there's going to be, I think, 4 other girls there that I'll be meeting. So I decided to document this to show you guys, by example, if any of you are in the same boat, what you can do to make new friends. It's not hopeless. And I remember I kind of had the same problem when I was first starting in college where I didn't have any friends, and my mom was like, you should really join some clubs or go to some events. And I was like, Mom, it doesn't work that way. Because I just felt like it was so contrived, like purposeful, that that's not how it's supposed to work. Like a friendship is supposed to form organically. And let me tell you, my view has totally changed on that. I feel like if you want friendships after college, you better start working on it, or you're going to end up just being friends with the people that fall into your life, and God knows who's going to fall in. So it's not always the best pickings at, your job or your friends, you know what I mean? That's a very small pool. Whereas if you're doing it like this, you can seek out like-minded individuals who also really want to make friends, and you just have a lot better chance, I think, of meeting great people. With that being said, it also could be a complete disaster, but you guys will know soon enough because I'm gonna come back after I've gone on this hike and give you guys an update. Hey everyone, so it is 2 weeks or more after my hike, and I still haven't gotten the chance to update you guys on what happened. So I'm here to quickly do that now. The reason I waited so long, and honestly I wasn't even sure that I would do it today, is because, as you can see, I am barefaced, and there is a reason why. I have been having allergic reactions to either my face makeup, my skincare. I don't know what it is that I'm allergic to, but I have been getting little rashes on my face from something in my makeup or skincare, and I kept ignoring it. Dumb, but what am I gonna do? Stop using my makeup? Yeah, right. So I kept ignoring it, and finally my face was like, I've had enough. And for some reason, I got this rash and my eyelids swelled up. It looked like I got punched in the face. It was horrible. And I'm really at my last wit's end with this whole cruelty-free thing. I don't know how much longer I can do this, because ever since I switched from my hypoallergenic skincare and the makeup that I used to use before I was cruelty-free, I've had these rashes on and off, and I feel like now my skin is just like, screw you, Britt, we don't want to do this anymore. So if you know of any hypoallergenic, cruelty-free brands, please suggest them below. I don't know what to do at this point. I don't know, I'm at my end of my rope here, so suggestions please. But anyway, on to the meetup.com story. So my hike, I woke up the morning of my hike and I really did not want to go on this stupid hike, and I told Tom, I was like, I don't want to make friends anymore. I was so nervous and just scared, and I hate meeting new people. Introverts, my introvert friends will understand. It's not like I get, choked up or anything. I just don't like doing it. I just don't like making room in my life for new people. So when it came down to it, I really didn't want to go, but I did go because I try to be a person of my word, and I had promised and RSVP'd. So I went, I showed up there. There was one girl waiting already, so I started having a conversation with her. Then the other girls got there, and I guess what I was most worried about with this whole meetup.com thing was that the people who were there would be really awkward. Like maybe there were people who couldn't make friends any other way. So they're, coming to this meetup thing because they're just, I don't want to say losers, but you know what I mean? Like people who have social issues. And that was my worst fear. But it was the complete opposite. Like when I tell you it was the opposite, it was the complete opposite. Everyone was so nice. They were mature, professional. They had their own lives going on. Most of them had significant others. Not that that's like a measure of success or anything, but what I'm trying to say is that they had like their lives going on. And even the single girls that were there, they were really big into their careers and just had a lot going on in their lives. So definitely people who were just normal. Like that was the thing that struck me so much, is that everyone there was really normal, and maybe beyond normal, they seemed really well adjusted. So I think the thing that I learned from this whole experience is that people that self-select into something as, you know, almost challenging as going to one of these meetup groups by yourself, trying to make new friends and making that a priority in your life, I think that is actually the mark of a really well-adjusted person, and that's what I found. Everyone who was there was like super well-adjusted. So overall, it was a great time. There were, I would say, like 2 or 3 girls that I connected with a lot and was able to, you know, maybe just by virtue of like happenstance, kind of fell into step with them and had one-on-one conversations that were really good. So I definitely see a lot of promise for, you know, making a future friendship. And then the group leader afterwards messaged me and said, you know, everyone enjoyed meeting me and thought I was nice. So that was really sweet of her to say. And then after that, actually, I got a message from someone who was not actually at that meetup, but who was close friends with some of the girls who were, and they had all met doing this meetup.com group. She lives in my town, and she was like so excited to see another person who lived there, and she was like, you know, I can't wait to meet you. If you want to, you know, grab coffee sometime before the next meetup, let's do that. So I didn't turn that down, because I thought, you know, if you're serious about making friends, then shouldn't really pass up an opportunity. So I said, yeah, let's definitely meet up. And I gave her some times that I was free, and we ended up getting drinks together, actually on our town's main street a week ago, a little over a week ago. And that was pretty cool too. But I will say it's a lot more chill if you go to a group meetup versus just one-on-one, because the awkward thing about making friends when you're an adult is that it's very similar to dating. So it almost, when you go one-on-one with someone and you're trying to like feel them out as a friend, it's just like any other, like getting into any other relationship. It just feels like a date, and that's, I mean, for me, it's awkward. So we know we're talking and she's asking me these like pertinent questions, like if I plan on getting married or have kids, or, you know, kind of just trying to feel me out as a person. And it does feel a little datey, and also, you know, you get those awkward pauses, or at least they start to happen, you know, if you can get in there quick enough and stop it. But when it's just the two of you, it's not like someone else can jump in and fill the silence. It's kind of just, you know, you got to keep it flowing, which is not usually a problem for me, and I don't think it was a big problem there, but it definitely took a lot more energy for me to hang out with this girl one-on-one than it did to go out with the group. So anyway, I feel like that was a pretty good success. So overall, I've had the one group meetup, and then I've had this one-on-one meetup, and I think both went really well, and I'm going to continue. I'm signed up for another one in September, so I'm going to continue going to them. If you guys want to see updates and see, obviously I'm not going to talk about specific people because I don't think that's really ethically right, but I can tell you, you know, what we are doing, if it's been successful, if it ends up being a total failure, and if I do end up actually making some friendships from this endeavor. So let me know if you're interested, and also let me know if you've had the similar problem in life where in adulthood it's just really hard to make friends. I honestly feel like it's a lot harder without the group, because going to this group is kind of just like skipping a step, you know? Because when I would meet girls out in my daily life at work or through my friends, and I wanted to be friends with them, I felt like I first had to figure out, like, are they looking for friends? You know what I mean? Do they even need any new people in their life right now? Are they even open to it? Are they just like, you know, only friends with their boyfriend, which I see that a lot, only friends with their husband, but they don't actually make time for other women. So that's something that you got to gauge when you're out there doing it on your own. But when you go to one of these groups, it's kind of like half the job's already done, because you know why they're there. It's like a friendship group, so they're there to make friends. So that is, I think, the benefit. But anyway, tell me about your friendship making experiences. How has it been? Are you in school? I find that a lot easier when you're in school to make friends. It kind of just forces you to hang out with people, versus in life, in adult life, when you just kind of go about your day and don't really fall in with anyone. necessarily. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I always love hanging out and talking with you, and I was glad to have you here even though I can't put makeup on my stupid face. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully full face of makeup once again. Okay, bye!